Hi, welcome to day 2 of the Self-Transformation 21-Day Challenge, Finding Purpose. And for today, we are going to talk about just exactly that, purpose. Why am I here? What is my purpose? But before we get started, I do want to reiterate how important it is that you acknowledge and understand that this is a journey about you, and I am here for you, and we're creating space for you, and you are the only one who can heal yourself. People can give you hints and tips and insights and give you a little bump, but ultimately we're the only ones that heal ourselves, the only ones that can uncover our inner truths, and the only ones who can transform ourselves. So are you willing to take that responsibility for your own self-transformation? And if so, you can say aloud to yourself, I choose to take responsibility for my self-transformation. And then even better, if you would just write in the comments section, if you haven't already done so, I am in. That would be great. Okay, so before we really get started talking about purpose, and really today it's mostly going to be a reflection day and a talking day, but I want to read this quote from Stephen R. Covey out of the book Desire from Dr. Saida Desilets. The quote is, "There are certain things that are fundamental to human fulfillment. The essence of these needs is captured in the phrase to live, to love, to learn, and to leave a legacy. The need to leave a legacy is our spiritual need, to have a sense of meaning, purpose, personal congruence, and contribution." And I think that is so key to purpose for pretty much everybody. I kind of covered this a little bit yesterday. The need to contribute, the need to leave a legacy is something that seems to be inherent in our spiritual nature. So when I'm working with people, it's really common for me to hear, I know I have a purpose here. I know I have something to do. I'm not sure what it is, and I don't know how to get to it. And people get very frustrated with this idea and this concept. They know that they're meant to be bigger, or they know they're meant to be doing something that they're not doing. And can be hard to dig that stuff out, also as we talked about yesterday, because of the domestication. And I also want to put in a quote here that I saw in one of the Milky Way Weekly videos, one of Brian's videos. I think, was it Mondays? I don't remember the date, so that's not too helpful, is it? What's the 6th, 5th, maybe the 4th? Anyway, in the video it said, we aren't humans having a spiritual awakening, we are spirits having a human awakening. When you get this, it becomes easier to figure out who you are and what you came here to do. So we aren't humans having a spiritual awakening. We are spirits having a human awakening. This speaks to me very deeply because I believe firmly in the concept that we are anchoring in the spirit into the physical being and integrating the two. Living in the 3D, but being able to incorporate more spirituality and more of the spiritual aspects into it. So the other thing about, to me, with purpose, and I believe this very firmly, is, to me, the why we are here in this body is simply to have the experience of being in a body and of the 3D and duality and density, to learn, for soul growth, whatever the ultimate end is for the spirit or the soul, I don't know. But our purpose here in this body at this time is simply to have experiences, the end. You know, is there a grand plan? Are there soul contracts? Do we choose our parents? You know, do we have karmic debt? I don't know. You know, you can see that, but at the same time, it sounds like a lot of human drama. We love to create drama. We love drama and excitement, and you know, without that thrill we don't feel like we're living, right? To me, that's what a lot of that really sounds like. But it's all part of our experience, and the beauty of it is we're here in this, what I'm calling divine density, and the purpose, your purpose here, your true purpose, is to have experiences and to express who you truly are, and that's it. To me, that takes the stress out of purpose. Then what we're seeking really is more about finding that fulfillment and the inner contentedness, rather than having to express some grand purpose. I hope I'm making sense here. And one thing, like I said, when it comes to purpose, that everyone really wants to make an impact on the world. They want to help. They want to advance humanity. They want to make the world a better place. And what happens is the system that currently is in place in the world takes advantage of that desire, right? They hijack the desires. So they put us into the schools and to the domestication and to the fit in with the promise that somehow if we do this or do that, we're going to achieve this fulfillment of making the world a better place. Like, right, when we're all in college or when we're in school, we're all going to make the world a better place, or most of us are. But the reality is, where we really find the fulfillment that we're looking for that way is by the expression of our innate inner gifts, our more spiritual gifts that we come into the world with. And when we find those gifts, that's what we seem to naturally want to share with the world. And those gifts, when we share with the world, will make an impact. And the impact doesn't have to be monstrous. You don't have to write a best-selling book or star in a movie or become the president. Every tiny little impact you have on any spirit, any other soul, even an animal on the planet itself, you're making an impact. So I feel like what happens is we become too caught up in the whole idea of a much bigger picture when we really can take it down to a smaller microcosm and see how much just becoming ourselves really affects the whole world and how huge that is. And also for what's going on at this point in the evolution of the world and of the human species, to be able to shift into this reality of anchoring in this higher light when so many people around do not understand what's going on and aren't able to do it. That's, to me, that's huge. That in and of itself is an amazing purpose. And if we could give ourselves credit for what we are already doing, again, it goes to taking the edge off. But finding, again, getting into the inner gifts, our innate desire to express these gifts, when we can get to those and hit the true fulfillment, this is where we're finding the purpose that we seek. And our gifting lies buried in the domestication and conditioning, and it's buried in our drive to follow the path that's outlined by society. And it also then lies beneath our greatest wounds. So our biggest hurts, our biggest core wounding, a lot of times right underneath there is where our real innate gifts lie. So this is why we have such an issue getting to them and fully expressing them and fully expressing who we are, because we have to go through the wounding first, and that's messy. And most of us don't really want to do that. We want to just move into this, and we leave behind the wounding, and there in the wounding is where our greatest power and frequently where our greatest gifts and our greatest our greatest thing that we have to share with the world to bring transformation or evolution to the planet is in our own wounding and in our own involution and our own acceptance of ourselves. It becomes our greatest point of power. So all that being said, that's a lot to me to think about, and we're going to, as we move forward in this, we're going to come back to this and work on this, because working on the wounding and the involution and the creation and acceptance of the full self is the process to getting to being able to express these innate abilities and to find a way to express our purpose that leads us to the fulfillment. But for today, what we're going to do is take our desire list from yesterday. We can do that. I can bring this in at the end because we don't need to do it while the video's on. But and I want to really, really take some time to review the list again. Really hone in on the ones that light you up. They make you tingle. They make you feel strong in yourself. They make you feel empowered. And focus on the ones that may be more about abilities that you're wanting to express. Right at this moment, those to me are the ones to kind of really hone in on and focus on and hold. And as we move forward, these are the things that, the ones that you feel are going to bring you the most fulfillment, whatever that looks like. And there's no right or wrong to this, because you can express your gifts in any situation that you're in your life. Even if you're on the corporate ladder path, there's always space to express your gifts no matter what's going on around you. So that the how really isn't as important as the what they are, and maybe what's lying over them that prevents you from really expressing them. Because if you're here watching this, you're seeking, and you're not really able to fully integrate that into your life as it exists right now. So take some time today, again, to spend looking at the paper, looking at your desires, going over all of them again, and really trying to kind of prioritize these ones as really strong desires, maybe the more buried desires, and be as whimsical as you want with them, and kind of hold on to those as we go through the process. So a little bit of an easy day, but to me, a lot to think about. Purpose as being buried beneath our core wounds, and purpose as being just here to have these experiences. I don't know, to me that can be a little bit of a revolutionary idea. It's that, wow, you mean I don't have to do anything at all? I just am here having experiences. And in and of itself, that's a beautiful thing. So spend some time thinking about the purpose, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a very beautiful and hopefully sunshiny day.